Are you looking to book or have an upcoming cruise on the MSC Seashore?
This is Ryan and Jen from Everest Travels, and today we're going to break down everything that really matters when booking a cruise. The rooms, food, drinks, entertainment, and more.
And find out if we think the Seashore will be worth booking for you and your family.
If you find this video helpful, please leave a like and subscribe. We have more MSC Seashore and cruise videos releasing in the near future.
Before getting on the ship, there are a few things you need to do. Online check-in is available up until 48 hours before departure. You can set up your profile, take care of identification requirements, link credit cards, and buy your Wi-Fi or drink packages.
On our recent sailing, our boarding time was set for 2 o'clock, but we arrived around 11:15 in the morning and were still able to get on. We checked our luggage with the porters, went through security, and check-in. During check-in, you'll be told how to get your MSC personal cruise card, which can be used throughout the ship to purchase items, buy or redeem drinks from your drink package, and get on and off the ship at your ports of call.
The first thing you'll notice when walking on board is the spectacular multi-floor atrium complemented with a spiraling Swarovski staircase. These MSC atriums are unlike anything you've seen on a cruise ship before.
Once you do board, you will have access to your drink packages if you bought one, and the marketplace buffet on deck 16. That'll be open so you can grab a bite to eat right away, but we'll talk more about food just a little later on. Once on board, you can head to your cabins and drop off your luggage that you carried on with you. The rooms themselves may not be complete, but you can still access them.
During the embarkation period, you'll have to find your muster station, check in there, and watch a safety video from your room. Once that's completed, you're free to roam the ship and do whatever you want. Your vacation has begun.
During our sailing, we were in a balcony Fantastica room on deck 10. It featured a queen-size bed that was made up of 2 single beds, and we found the bed pretty comfortable. There would usually be a couch in the rooms, however, because we were traveling with a kid, it was converted into a bed so they could sleep on.
The room really made good use of the space. The desk doubled as a vanity table and had so much storage. There you'll also see the TV, which had a great selection of channels, as well as daily videos recorded by the cruise director and a pay-per-view movie section.
The bathroom was small. You are on a cruise ship, but efficiently laid out again. Shelving, sink, toilet, shower, it's all there. You can even find a clothesline over the shower that you can use to dry your swimsuits. Hands down, our favorite part of the room was the balcony. It was a good size, came with 2 chairs and a stool that could double as a table. We were on the balcony every night. It was just beautiful watching the water in the darkness.
If the MSC Seashore looks like the ship for you and your family's next vacation, you can browse and check out all current itineraries on Planin.
If you haven't heard of Planin yet, it's a newer cruise booking site that makes it super easy to find and book your dream vacation. Whether it's with MSC or another top cruise line sailing to incredible ports around the world.
The best part? Their prices are super competitive. There are no hidden fees, they have flexible payment options, and you could even hold today's price for free on most sailings while you decide.
And if you need a place to stay before your cruise, Planin can also hook you up with up to 40% off at over 2 million hotels just for signing up with a free account.
Scan the QR code or click the link in the description below to sign up for a free Planin account to browse cruises and unlock exclusive member discounts.
Let's get to the good stuff. Food. One of the most popular places to eat is the Marketplace Buffet found on deck 16. It's a large buffet. It spans most of the deck with lots of different options. They have your standard fare plus carved meats, salads, hamburgers, hot dogs, international foods, a kid-specific section.
The pizza was very good there and popular. There was always lineups and you had to wait around to make sure you got a good slice. While the options were similar day to day, there would be a number of food items swapped in and out.
For example, one day they had Jamaican beef patties. Another day they had a full Mexican setup with tacos and quesadillas. You really never knew what you were going to find. Lots of sweets were available for desserts, your cakes, your cookies, and your ice cream. Soft serve can be found in the Marketplace Buffet, which is one of my weaknesses. But you can also find veggie gelato on deck 8 near the infinity pool, but that is an extra charge.
If you're feeling peckish later at night, the buffet does reopen for late night snacks. They won't have all the stations operational, but you'll be able to grab pizza, sandwiches, salads, sweets, and everything you need to keep you going late into the night.
When it comes to the main dining areas, instead of having everyone descend onto one grand dining area, the MSC Seashore splits guests up across 4 different restaurants that are scattered across decks 5 to 7.
You'll be assigned the restaurant and table you're going to eat at once you board the ship. Places you could be dining include Central Park Restaurant on Deck 5, Tribeca Restaurant on Deck 6, Fifth Avenue Restaurant on Deck 7, and Manhattan Restaurant on Deck 7.
When it's time for you to book your cruise, you can choose whether you want an early dining time or a later dining time. During our sailing, we went to the main dining hall for dinner twice and breakfast once.
Full disclosure, one of the main reasons we booked this trip on the seashore was so that we could experience another MSC dinner. And it's not because of the service, which is spectacular. The waiters we had were top notch, extremely friendly, had a basket of bread always at the ready, and they had our names memorized before we even sat at the table.
But the real reason we couldn't wait to get back here was the lasagna. This lasagna is so good. I can't even put it into words. We thought we were hyping ourselves up too much to go and eat it again. We were afraid that it wouldn't be as good as the last time we had it, but it was still good. Still really good. We would highly recommend it.
However, it was not available every night. If you're debating whether you want to eat at the restaurant or over at the buffet, have a look at the menu. It does change daily. If you want to plan ahead, you can view the daily menu on the MSC Forme app. We chose to go to the buffet on our last night over the restaurant because we weren't loving the menu.
If you do have a picky eater with you, they do have a kids menu in the main restaurants that have favorites like pasta and pizza, so I'm sure they'll be able to find something that they would eat every night. Breakfast is a bit different. We're only one restaurant open daily, the Central Park restaurant on Deck 5, and everyone could go either there or the buffet. Here, we found your standard fare pancakes, eggs, bacon. But if you didn't want to brave the crowds at the buffet early in the morning, head down here for a slower pace. They have a large team roving throughout the room with tea, coffee, croissants, jams, and more. So while you may have to wait a little bit longer for your main plates to arrive, you'll always have something to sip or munch on.
Eating at the dining room may give you less options to choose from compared to the buffet, but it makes up in quality. The presentation and flavor profile is much better than what you'd find at the buffet. And if you're anything like us, eating at the restaurant will prevent you from overindulging on meals. When we're at the buffet, our eyes are often larger than our stomachs.
If you want to treat yourself one night on board, you can visit any of the specialty restaurants found on the seashore. They include Kaido Sushi Bar, which is probably one of the most unique places on the ship to eat. When you pull up a seat, you get to watch sushi pass by you on a conveyor belt. When you see something you like, you just grab it and enjoy it.
Kaido Teppanyaki, a place where you can watch Japanese dishes come to life right in front of you as a chef cooks up your meal at the table. Butcher's Block, the onboard steakhouse where you can enjoy whatever cut of steak your heart desires.
And Hola Tacos and Cantina, a Mexican restaurant with tacos, guacamole, and other dishes. While you can find some similar dishes at the buffet some nights, the quality and flavor is much better here.
In Times Square on Deck 6, you'll find a second Venti location. This is not included, and everything you see does have a price tag. But if you're a chocolate lover, it's worth it. We'd highly recommend the hot chocolate.
Overall, we thought the food quality was good. Outside of the lasagna, nothing blew us away, but we never finished a meal wanting more, and we never struggled to find ways to fill our plates at the buffet.
Now let's talk about something else that's really important when you're on a cruise, and that's the drinks.
There are bars scattered throughout the ship, so if you are looking to get a drink, you're never going to be too far away from grabbing one. I did find some of the drinks quite strong, so the bartenders really are not holding back on their pours. In the main atrium area, there are 3 bars on 3 different levels that you can enjoy. The Seashore Bar, the main one, on the bottom on Deck 5. Up from that on Deck 6 is the Shine Bar, and up one more to Deck 7 is the Champagne Bar. On Deck 7, you can also find a bar located in the casino.
On deck 8, you can find the Brooklyn Cafe, which is a really cool coffee shop where you could grab espresso martinis, lattes. On the same floor, you'll find the sports bar as well as the cocktail bar.
Jumping up to deck 16 is the Jungle Bar. This whole jungle area, it's one of the coolest places on the ship. It's very well themed. And then the aft of deck 16, you'll also find the Sky Bar, which offers you some great views while you sip on your cocktails. In the main pool and party area of the ship, you can find the Long Island Bar. This place does get crowded, especially on days at sea. And finally, located literally just above the Long Island Bar is the Horizon Bar. There are also places to drink if you are an MSC Yacht Club member that are exclusive to Yacht Club members, but these would be your main areas accessible to everyone.
If you don't want to wait to grab a drink, you'll likely want to go to one of the quieter bars, especially during days at sea or evenings, as you could be waiting a while for service.
At the time of recording, there are 3 drink packages available on the Seashore. The Miners Package for those under 21, giving access to non-alcoholic beverages, juice, water, and soda. The Alcohol-Free Package, which is for those above 21, including hot beverages, energy drinks, and everything in the Miners Package, but no alcohol. If you do want some alcohol, grab the Premium Extra Package. This will give you up to 15 alcoholic beverages a day, with non-alcoholic beverages unlimited.
If you sailed with an Easy or Easy Plus alcoholic drink package in the past, it's worth noting MSC has discontinued those packages. So if you want to score a drink package with alcohol included, you'll have to splurge on the top tier, Premium Extra.
If it's time to cool off, you can check out one of the many pools on the ship. The main pool area is the Long Island Pool, found on deck 18. There's ample seating here and a nearby bar, making this a spot where you can stay all day if you want to. This pool, though, can get very busy, especially on days at sea.
A short walk from the Long Island Pool is Pirates Cove Aqua Venture Park. If you're traveling with kids, this is where they'll want to spend most of their time. Here, there's a pirate ship with slides, a big, shallow pool with an octopus tentacles climbing out of the water, creating an extremely cool ambiance, all with buckets of water constantly being filled and dumped on the swimmers below.
You'll also have access to the Seashore water slides in the Aquaventure Park. There are 3 slides, a blue one that takes you over the side of the ship with a see-through section. Well, it's not too long. It's probably the most thrilling slide on the ship. There's also a brown slide that begins a little lower, offers more of a gentle ride down. And then there's a slide where you need to grab an inner tube to ride, so that just amps up the experience. If you are a fan of water slides, you will find plenty of fun here.
The next pool on the ship is the Jungle Pool. Located on deck 16, this pool is perfect to swim in all types of weather. With a retractable roof overhead, no rain, wind, or any elements will get in your way of a good swim. As adults, the Jungle Pool was our favorite. It was usually less crowded, and we loved the jungle theming around this pool deck.
Finally, there is an adults-only infinity pool on deck 8, located in the aft of the ship, giving you an amazing view of the ocean behind you while you swim. It is worth noting, outside of Pirates Cove, the pools on the seashore are quite deep, with the shallow areas around 5 feet and the deep end around 7 feet, which made it a bit harder for our 5-year-old to enjoy the pool without some inflatables.
There are lots of onboard activities, game shows, meet and greets, dance classes, and more. You can check what's happening any given day by reviewing your daily itinerary, which is delivered to you by your room attendant or accessible through the MSC Forme app.
We enjoyed a couple of rounds of trivia while on board. There were nightly parties, each of them very unique. On our first night, there was a silent disco in the atrium spanning 3 different floors. Once you threw on your headphones, you could choose between popular music of today, Latin music, or 60s and 70s hits.
The second day was the famous MSC White Party at the Long Island pool deck. This was definitely the largest party of the cruise, where all the passengers and crew donned white and let loose late into the night. Don't forget to pack some party clothes for this event.
The final party that we went to was a retro party, 60s, 70s, and 80s vibes. Good times all around. Now, for other activities that you can enjoy all hours of the day, you can find the sports court on deck 20, The Hall of Games is on deck 18 with a wide selection of arcade games, an XD Cinema offering 5D movie experiences, plus an F1 and River Rapids simulator.
You can find a wide range of relaxing services and a thermal area in the MSC or Rhea Spa on Deck 8. Also on Deck 8, you can work out at the fitness center. The Madison Theater is on Deck 6 and 7, used mainly for the nightly shows. However, other events occur here throughout the days.
The casino is on deck 7, giving you the chance to test your luck on various slot machine and table games. And if you want to get a very unique and slightly terrifying view of your surroundings, check out the Bridge of Sighs on deck 16, where you can walk across a see-through path high above the ocean floor. If deck 16 is a bit too high and scary for you, you can check out the Infinity Bridge instead, found on deck 8. It's similar to the Bridge of Sighs, except it's not nearly as high up. Now, if you're feeling really adventurous and brave, you can check out the Adventure Trail on Deck 19. It dangles above the Pirates Cove Aqua Adventure Park, featuring a couple of rope bridges and some tree houses in the middle. Definitely worth checking out if you can stomach it.
The kids club, known as Doremi Land, is on Deck 18. This is where parents could drop off their babies, toddlers, kids, and teens so they can enjoy some precious alone time. You'll need to register your kid on the first day, and then they'll have access to the club for the entire sailing.
The Baby Club accepts those who are between 6 months to 3 years old. The Mini Club is for 3 to 6-year-olds. The Junior Club is for those between 7 and 11. The Young Club is for kids 12 to 14. And finally, the Teen Club is for 15 to 17-year-olds. On our sailing, the Kids Club was open until 11 p.m. each night.
Activities vary based on the club your kids would be sorted in, but the review from a 5-year-old was that it was the best part of the cruise. Pretty high praise.
For main stage entertainment, there was lots of singing and dancing on board the Seashore. Our first night there, we saw Divas, which was a music performance focusing on the famous divas throughout generations. We're talking Beyonce, Shania Twain, Adele, Madonna. It was a great high energy show.
On our second night was the MSC Seashore Live, which was a variety show with music, there was gymnasts, there was magic, and there's also more performances from the performers from the night before. It was a lot of fun.
On some nights scheduled later, there was a stand-up comedian that would perform. We never actually got out to check them out, but we heard some good things. Finally, on our last night, our last show, it was Rock Royalty, a performance dedicated to rock icons from yesteryear. We had Queen, we had Journey, we had all the hits. It was a phenomenal time.
All shopping is done through your personal cruise card, so you'll need to either link up your credit card to it or add money to your account. One of the main shopping areas are found on Deck 8, with the MSC store featuring logoed items and toys for the little ones. This is the souvenir hotspot. A short walk from that store is Liberty Plaza, where you'll find some jewelry and fashion stores.
Down on deck 6 is Times Squares, where the rest of the shops are found. Handbags, watches, clothing, more jewelry, and even a duty-free shop for you to grab whatever you need. There are sales events daily where you'll find items discounted on tables scattered across Times Square or Liberty Plaza.
There are also flash sales in stores with selected items discounted. You can find out what stores and when the deal will be on by checking out your daily itinerary.
The MSC Forme app will be one of your best friends while on board, although it is kind of hard to access and use before boarding to check out your account. I did find once you got on the ship, everything changed. You can find your daily activities here. It will show you details on what the menu is each night. It allows you to book tickets for those theater shows we were talking about a few minutes ago. You can also keep track of your payments here, which is helpful so you don't overspend in the shops while on board. And another cool thing is, even if you don't have a Wi-Fi package, you can still chat between cruise guests within the MSC Forme app, so you'll never lose communication with those you're traveling with.
A popular stop on MSC trips is Ocean Cay Marine Reserve, an MSC private island. This is relaxed luxury, featuring a beach with great views of the ship and nearby lighthouse. A calm lagoon in the center of the island, which is perfect for cooling down on hot days.
There's a couple of buffets for you to eat at, where you'll find some typical beach foods, hot dogs, hamburgers. There's some standard salads, fries, pastas. Definitely not as vast as your onboard buffet options. There are a couple of paid spots on the island too, including one where you can grab an ice cream. You can also rent some water equipment, go on some excursions, or have unique island specific spa experiences, all at an additional charge.
If you want to see a deeper dive into Ocean Cay, subscribe to the channel as a full island walkthrough will be posted in the near future.
As your cruise aboard the MSC Seashore comes to an end, the disembarkation process begins. The night before, you're invited to put out bags and you're provided with your time for leaving the ship. MSC, they do have the process down. For us, it was smooth, orderly, and if you listen to their instructions, you'll have no problem getting off the ship and on your way to your next destination.
If you're in a hurry to catch a flight or just return home, you could always opt not to put your bags out the night before. If you can keep them with you in your cabin, you could just walk off once they open the gangway.
And also note, if you have not settled up your onboard account, you will not be allowed to disembark. If you have attached your credit card to your account, you can just walk right off. But if you only loaded a set amount of dollars, you'll have to make sure that you didn't go over the limit or check to see if you're entitled to a reimbursement before leaving. Would you sail on the MSC Seashore again?
Oh, I definitely would. This ship was fun. I love the New York theming. The nightly shows on the MSC cruise ships are so much fun. They have fun activities. It really was a fun yet relaxing trip.
We've been on a couple of MSC ships now, and I'd say the Seashore is my favorite. MSC often gets a bad rap for their food quality, and yes, it's not the food you're going to find at a five-star restaurant, but if you aren't that picky of an eater, I'm sure you'll have a good time and always find something to fill your stomach.
And that's our look at the MSC Seashore. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like and subscribe for more seashore and cruise videos, including a full ship walkthrough that's already live on our channel.